Before we get to the tips, there are two things I want to say. Firstly, we've reached 2,000 subs, so a big thanks to everyone who subscribed to the channel. As a little sort of celebration, I'll be making another Q&A video answering your questions, which can be SpellForce related, but they don't have to be, and the way you ask them is by either commenting them under this video or by joining my Discord server and using a Q&A channel there. The link to the server will be in the description below. And secondly, some of the tips from this video have been commented by you on the last one, which I find amazing, because it helps people get even more tips that I don't directly mention in the video. As multiple people often commented the same tip though, I won't mention who said what, but I do read them and I'll definitely include any missing here in the parts to come. With that, let's get to them. The first tip today is connected to one of the standout features of SpellForce, the third-person mode. Many of you know that the game already looks amazing through it, but due to how the grid system in SpellForce 1 works, using it also makes you run faster, so there's actually a practical use for when you're trying to run from point A to point B. The second tip has to do with the Rune Heroes we collect along our journey, and this might be somewhat obvious, but having a balanced group of heroes can actually be helpful in a lot of cases. It's generally good to consider the skills your avatar has and then try to have heroes who complement that. If you're a mage, it will make sense to get some melee heroes and vice versa. The spells your heroes have can also play a role in this, so while higher level heroes are usually better, this doesn't always have to be the case. I mean, just look at Court, who, despite being level 1, is clearly the best hero in the game. Tip number 3 is related to loot. A lot of the chests and loot items tend to be hidden on a lot of the maps, usually behind walls, bushes or trees, which makes them somewhat hard to spot. One trick here is to zoom out the camera completely and look for them like that, but the main takeaway here is that you should be aware of them and actively search the hidden corners of maps, or you could miss out on some pretty good loot otherwise. The fourth tip is something that's mentioned in the tutorial of SpellForce 1, but as not everyone has played it, I figured it deserves a mention here as well. Trying to use single target spells in fights can sometimes be tricky because you might misclick the unit you want to target, and to prevent that, simply select the unit first and then click on the spell you want to use under the portraits in the top left. And the last tip for this video is the simple fact that you can kill selected units by pressing the K key on your keyboard. So if you want to kill some units you accidentally made, or maybe even a hero because you just got a better rune, you don't have to send them to their death and can instead get rid of them quickly and hopefully painlessly. And those were the 5 tips for this video. If you haven't seen part 1, it'll also be linked below, and again, Q&A soon, so don't forget to ask those questions if you have any. Also, if you have some more tips that weren't mentioned yet, comment them below, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, it helps a ton. And with that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!